My cat acts like a dog. My cat seems to go against all of those predictable feline stereotypes. I see cats on television and online, and my pet behaves nothing like that. Is this you? Have you ever made those statements? Or something similar? If so, you're certainly not alone. If you are a regular viewer here at Senior Cat Wellness, and you've listened to some videos and thought, my cat is nothing like what he's describing, well, we can add that commentary to the list too. If your cat seems to behave more like a dog, then you've clicked on the right video. In this material, I'll give you an overview of a puppy cat, what all of that means, and I'll also share a few feline breeds that have a tendency to act a lot like dogs. A lot to unpack in this one, as the cool kids like to say, and I've got you covered. Stay tuned. A puppy cat. If this is the first time you are hearing this term, then you're probably not alone. In full disclosure, I'm only about 72 hours in myself. That's right, prior to about 3 days ago, I had never heard of a puppy cat. Sure, I know all about cats acting like dogs, but puppy cat. The term itself, that was a new one for me. Of course, turns out the terminology is not really all that new. As for the definition, it's what you'd likely expect. A puppy cat is a feline that behaves a lot like a stereotypical dog, has canine-like tendencies, while also going against the grain of many common feline stereotypes. Some cat breeds do fall under this somewhat unique umbrella, and I'll get to those here momentarily. If your cat is a full-time cuddle buddy, enjoys a lot of affection, is very relaxed, somewhat stands down in the face of other animals, other cats, is very anxious to see you, approaches you seemingly without effort, responds to its name, and what could only be described as, dare I say, obedience. And oh yeah, enjoys being walked, as in walked on a leash. These are examples of a puppy cat, the loyalty and common traits of a small dog. Felines, for better or worse, they can be quite stubborn and they seemingly enjoy living life on their terms. One of the most glaring traits of a puppy cat is they exhibit a more noticeable degree of human dependence and take pride in receiving attention rather than turning some very simple request into a game. Example, your cat's in your backyard and you call for them. Most cats, yeah, whatever. That's really not a thing. Call your cat just once and they just come running over to you without a struggle. That's not the typical feline way. That independent streak and stubborn behavior usually wins out. They'll go inside when they're good and ready. Cats don't often bend to the will of a human, at least not something like a casual name call. Now, a dog in the same example, good chance, very good chance they'll come on over without a hassle. If your cat responds to you the way a puppy would, that's a big moment. Puppy cat vibes for sure. When it comes to feline ownership and who could really benefit from a puppy cat, well, it goes a little something like this. Puppy cats, a feline with some strong puppy-like traits, are wonderful pets for those who want a cat without having to deal with strong feline stereotypes, a cat without some obvious cat traits. If that's you, a puppy cat could be just what you're after. And before I showcase a few cat breeds with some puppy-like tendencies, I've got a couple of personal examples. I have 3 cats right now. I've owned as many as 5 at one point. Can't believe it myself. And only a couple of those cats in my life have ever behaved like actual cats. Not sure really how to say it, but other than that, but I think you get the concept. Heck, many of my cats don't even meow like stereotypical cats. My senior cat, Burl, who I've mentioned countless times here on the channel, recently mentioned him in the previous video. In order of video production, he was just a chill, gentle soul. Forget puppy cat. He was almost like a person. Little Old Man, that was one of his nicknames, Old Man. You called for Burl, he'd walk on over. He wanted the attention, affection, didn't get the zoomies and run around the house, didn't attempt to claw you for seemingly no reason at all. He always reminded me of a cool, calm, and collected puppy, or, like I said, little old man. He was the alpha cat, believe it or not, but he was about as chill as Montana in the dead of winter time, that's for sure. And right now, one of my cats, he's about 8. His name is Smokey. Grown cat dog if I've ever seen one. Other than meowing and using the litter box, he's pretty much a dog. I'll put it to you like this. If Burl and Smokey were the only 2 cats you'd ever seen in your life, and I identified them as cats, and then you went out into the world, the big world and saw other cats, you could feel inclined to ask if those were really cats. Yes, it's close to being that different. As an owner, I feel quite lucky and blessed simply because I've never really had to deal with some of the harsh behavioral issues that many owners do face because, frankly, it's just not there, at least for me. Help! My cat's swinging from the ceiling fan while hissing at me. Help! My shoes have been destroyed. Help! My sofa has a huge chunk missing. Those cat things. The worst side, I guess, of those cat things. I've never had to deal with that because I've had a couple of lovable dogs who were wearing cat costumes. Many times I would say things like the cats and Burl, almost like Burl wasn't even included, like Burl was something other than a cat. Yeah, it was that significant. You know you've got a puppy cat when you find yourself separating, at least in conversation, your puppy cat from the other stereotypical cats. Okay, now it's breed time, and before I talk about a few breeds, please note that any cat of any breed can be a puppy cat. And viewers, I'm sure many of you can back me up on this one. Some cats are just very special and very different for seemingly reasons unknown. So while certain breeds do lend themselves to that puppy cat life, puppy cats can be anywhere from any breed. But since we've got breeds in the title, breeds is what you're going to get, my friends, and we'll start things off with the Abyssinian. These felines are very loyal. They love to play like dogs. They even like to fetch. Abyssinian, very social. They love attention. And like I mentioned before, some puppy cats like to be walked on a leash, and the Abyssinian falls under that category. The next puppy cat breed that I'd like to mention is the Manx. Quite physically unique, as many are born tailless without tails. The Manx loves people and human affection. Known for jumping, playing around, and generally having an all-around good old time, the Manx is very intelligent. These cats can be trained to learn basic commands and even be taught to do a few tricks. Another breed that not only loves human affection but also enjoys the walking life on a leash is the Bombay. These cats love attention and are quite playful. And if you happen to have a dog, this breed is known to get along great with those canines. A puppy cat to go with your puppy dog. When it comes to the chill and relaxed life, it doesn't get much more doll-like than the ragdoll breed. In fact, the ragdoll breed is one of the most commonly known puppy cats around. The ragdoll loves affection and can fit into most any environment. This includes a home with small children and senior adults. If you're looking for a good lap cat, this puppy cat breed is a good one. And the final puppy cat that I'll talk about here today is the Burmese. Similar to the Abyssinian in terms of personality, the Burmese is very intelligent and loves human attention and affection. The Burmese is also known to follow people around, playing the role of the ever-present shadow. And like other puppy cats, the Burmese can use a leash and be walked around with confidence. What sets this breed apart is the Burmese can be quite vocal, meowing, 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 and just meowing some more. Other notable puppy cat breeds can include the Turkish Angora, the Maine Coon, the Devon Rex, the American Bobtail, Japanese Bobtail, and the Ragamuffin, just to name a few more. And here again, this is certainly worth repeating, and while some breeds lean towards behaviors and attitudes that can be described as puppy cat worthy, any cat, most any cat, can have puppy cat tendencies. So that's it. That's a wrap. To the audience of Senior Cat Wellness, I have but one question for you, and it should be obvious. Do you have a puppy cat, a feline that acts like a dog? If you do, this comment section, it's all for you. Please share your wonderful stories. Raise a glass to the puppy cats of the world. If you enjoyed this content, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd certainly love to have you as a member of the Senior Cat Wellness family. And until next time, thank you so very much for watching, and I will talk to you later.